Welcome to Medicine for the Soul. My name is Sih Yu Chen. I am a hypnotherapist and artist. Hello. Welcome to my podcast. Today's show, I'm going to talk about how to help you to choose or to find a suitable hypnotherapist when you think about hypnotherapy. In today's show, we're going to talk about first, how did I come to hypnotherapy, this world, this profession. And then I'm going to include there is a piece of news I saw on BBC the other day talking about somebody's misconduct in practice. And then I'm going to introduce you what is my training process and my qualification is about. And in the very, very end, I have a few recommendations for all of you when you start to think about hypnotherapy and where can you find a therapist that may suit your needs. Okay, shall we start? I've got a list in hand. I need to follow this, otherwise I, jump about here and there, and then I forget where I am, and then just forget what I need to say. So it's probably better this way. So how did I go into hypnotherapy? First, I think hypnotherapy to me, it was a natural calling. I know it sounds like a cliche. Many of us, when people ask us, how did you start, and what brought you here today? Many of us can probably bring people a beautiful story, or a story at least, to talk about why you're doing this. And to me, it's simple as just a calling. Seriously, it's nothing too big, nothing too like a miracle or beautiful. It's just it just came really naturally. So it came so naturally and smoothly. I didn't even need to think much. I was pushed by timing, by life, by everything. So I started my training in 2025. So the training that took nearly a year to complete my diploma. So yes, I took a long time to complete this. Later, I'm going to introduce what was in my training. Before I jump to the third topic, I would like to briefly talk about the news I saw on BBC the other day. It's about, I believe he's a counsellor who basically crossed over the boundary between herself and the client, which in this episode I would like to introduce to all of you. If you are first comer, this is your first time you're thinking about hypnotherapy, and this is quite important to know about this, that there's always a boundary between you and your therapist. I think this applies to basically all the therapists, including counselors, psychologists, your GP, your whoever, those professionals. There is an unspoken rule between us and our clients or patients. It is very important, but it doesn't guarantee everybody follows the rules. Just like, all the doctors in the world, you don't see everybody or all of them guaranteed them going to live in a healthy lifestyle. They are the professionals to tell us what to do, but it doesn't mean they are the most healthy people in the world. So therefore, back to talk about the news. Therefore, when I saw this piece of news, it was a woman in an interview. In this interview, she talked about how this person crossed over the boundary and did lots things between them that this professional therapist shouldn't do. So give you some examples, not from this this woman, this lady. examples for you if you think about hypnotherapy or counseling or any therapy for yourself, and this is your first time. So a professional therapist or psychologist, or that's broadly speaking called them therapists. They should stay professional. So in a sense, when anytime outside sessions, when you see them on the street, somewhere in a restaurant, in a bar, in a supermarket, the baseline, the most professional way should be let's give each other a smile. We can nod. We don't necessarily need to say anything other than that. And this is because we are obliged to basically keep everything between you and me confidential, shall we say. And it is really, really important. Therefore, a professional therapist, please do allow us only smile at you rather than going to give you a hug and ask you how are you. Yes, so outside sessions, we generally follow the rules. So what we call misconduct in practice, if it's a therapist doing what he or she shouldn't do, would be, go a bit further than that. That would be breaking whatever written in our, not a written rule or laws, but, as a professional therapist, this is what we should know. So should clients what to expect? We don't really go closer because we need to be professional, and this is what we should do. Okay, so just give you an idea about if this is your first time and you are coming to find a hypnotherapist for yourself. This is what you can expect after the treatment, after a few sessions, because he or she might be living in the same town as you do. So when you go out, you see your therapist or your counselor, and just a quick smile or just pretend you don't see him or her. It's also fine. It's completely fine because everything is confidential. Some people come to therapy, they don't want their family or their partners to know, which is fine. It's completely fine. This is very important to know. Okay, let's go down to next topic I'm going to talk about. It's about my training and my qualification. Yeah! Talking about that, I'm just becoming really excited. So I love hypnotherapy. Like I say in the beginning, it was a calling in my life. Age 40 something, I just believe it or not, my story was just so boring. So I was on Facebook the other day. I'm talking about before I found my hypnotherapy training course. So I just saw a piece of advert that says free tester. Is it tester course or something? Anyway, on Facebook, it's about hypnotherapy. And I had no idea, believe it or not, I had no idea about hypnotherapy, hypnosis, nothing. For some reason, my finger took me to click on the piece of advert, and then I just signed up. And then it appeared a few weeks later. I appear online and I joined up their online session. That was a free tester, quick introduction for hypnotherapy, and that was 2 days. And I just felt that this is quite me kind of thing, but I wasn't sure about anything else because, like I say, I had no idea about what hypnosis is. So in the 2 days training, the introduction, we practice. We learn quite a lot. Even just all the general basic knowledge about hypnosis and hypnotherapy. Mainly it was the learning of subconscious mind really took me into the door, really. So I was quite curious what this is all about. I knew some people might be saying this is which is quite common. You do get, you do get people hold their own opinion against a bit of everything, isn't it? You can get people really against whatever they don't believe in, and they hold it quite firmly, which is okay, which is fine. Anyway, I joined up the tester introduction course, which was only 2 days. I think what I really signed up, it only took me probably 2 weeks or less, or 1 week only after I finished the introduction, because it was just interestingly when I emailed and say, oh, can I have more information about this? The lady who is also, not the lady, who hosted, part of hosted the introduction session, she's actually the founder of our hypnotherapy school. And she told me, oh, wow, the deadline is a week later. Would you like to sign up? She wasn't hurrying me in or at all. It was just, she was telling me, unfortunately, the deadline is quite tight. And if you want to join us, because I think they recruit once a year. Yeah, I think it's yearly rather than like constantly now. So I was left with, I can't say no choice, but limited time to think. And the voice in my head was quite strongly saying, come on, go on, just sign up, just go. Because it's not really something like buying a bag of potato in the supermarket, like easy. It is quite, to me, financially, it is quite a big cost. But I did anyway, and I'm so glad. I think it was one of the very, very best decisions I've ever made in my life. So I was trained with live clinic hypnotherapy training in Faversham, which is also the town I live. So I went through my foundation course and in the end, my diploma course with them. This is a really, really beautiful process, I have to say. The whole training and the people and the teacher and everybody, we were together nearly 1 year together. It was fun, but we also went through a lot of tearful moments, healing moments, and a lot of really heartening moments. And it was beautiful. Really, really beautiful. I'm not recommending saying everybody, please go to learn hypnotherapy, to sign up. It's not that. It's more of to tell everyone. I think if you ever consider going to sign up something, it could well be a very short workshop, some kind of training. It makes difference, the people you are together, learning together, the people, the teacher, the practitioner, the founder of the school, the whole thing. If you guys are aligned in a sense, like same type of people, all together, I think it makes a huge difference, really. However, this is another thing. I think we need, I don't know if you agree, I think we all need luck for everything in life. So I guess I was really lucky. I found the right people and the right place to go. So it was amazing. So I went through my foundation and diploma in this hypnotherapy school in Faversham, in England, in the UK. In case some of you are from other countries, so I was trained. I'm in the UK and was trained and qualified in the UK. So my diploma is called clinical hypnotherapy. During the whole about 1 year, nearly 1 year training, to pass that, we went through quite a lot of hours of training, just the training itself. Plus the minimum of 75 hours of practice, plus a number of courseworks. And in the very end, we had portfolio, which is a little bit like not a dissertation, but a little bit similar to a dissertation, a lot of writing, a lot of case studies, a lot of books to read, and a lot of practice, a lot to do. But then it's all worth it. I'm really, really glad I went through all that. It was not easy, I have to say, I have to admit. It was part of it, I found it really challenging. However, I went through it. So I think the key, not only I worked so hard, but also I had really good tutors in this team. So the teachers are really, really good and very senior in our industry. So they are also still practice. They are very senior, very experienced hypnotherapists, and still working practice. So up to this point, there is another very important thing what I learned from my training to share with all of you. So I think each therapist, especially if you come to hypnotherapy, I think everybody has their own path, stories, that eventually led them to hypnotherapy. That's what I learned from the people I was trained together. So in my learning group, I heard quite a number of different reasons, motivations, stories why they came to hypnotherapy. And I happen to be, in fact, probably the only one in our learning group. And I didn't really go through hypnotherapy at all. In a sense, I have never been a client, unlike a lot of them have. So they went through from a client and being, I can't say saved, but being helped. They really witnessed the power of hypnotherapy and became curious. And then they signed up for the training and they wanted to become hypnotherapists as well. So the process was very inspiring when you hear people talk about why they're here today and what took them to the door to enter hypnotherapy. It was very, very motivating, very inspiring, very, very cool. So up to here, you see, everybody went through different things before they became a therapist. Obviously, a lot of it, I mean, the story and the reasons, a lot of that, they are more like a life experience. To some, it could well be the really painful life experience. But if you happen to find like me or some of them therapists are happy to share why they came to hypnotherapy, I think it would, like paint you a picture that you kind of can see what kind of person this is talking about, his or her story about why they come to this door and become a hypnotherapist today. So another thing to think is when you are reading or listening to this person's story or the journey of learning, you can kind of like get a sense if this person might suit you or not. Right. Let me carry on. Later, I'm gonna share more actual not technique, but more ways to look if you can find a hypnotherapist that potentially can benefit you the best, the suitable ones. So my training covered a few areas. Like I say I can't remember, it's the first or the second, I think it's the second episode. If you're curious, more than welcome to go back to listen to that episode. I gave a very brief intro about hypnotherapy, what is hypnosis and subconscious mind. So in my training, it was mainly about counseling skills and the hypnosis. We had a lot of hands-on practice. Like I said earlier, we were the first to pass my diploma. It was a very, very basic 75 hours of practice, actual practice. So training itself, all the lectures, that's lectures. But practice, it means a lot of counseling skills and hypnosis in place. So this part is very important. I don't do past life or any type of regression hypnosis because this is not included in my training. Unless in the future I sign up for this kind of course and I go to be trained and to do that. Otherwise, I don't do regression. If you are curious or you are very interested in past life regression, you can find a hypnotherapist who can do this for you, because that requires additional training to specifically just for regression hypnosis. Obviously, in hypnotherapy, let's think about, let me check my list. When people come to hypnotherapy, we talk about, like I say, past life regression, childhood regression. You can also find like hypnotherapists specialize in trauma, pregnancy, fertility, quite a number of, quite commonly people talk about more clinical part is like weight loss or give up smoking. My area covers what I do. Okay, I cover quite basic hypnotherapy from everything I just say, apart from regression and past life. Everything else I basically can work. But then, see, up to this point, very important thing is coming. I can't say, because I'm not, okay? I'm not good at everything. As a therapist, I have to admit this. I have my own, I think I probably most of us will do anyway. I have my own interested areas. For example, I'm not really interested in, I'm not saying I don't do it, only because I have less interest in it. Like fertility, pregnancy. I'm a mom myself. However, the process of my, when I was delivering my child, I was a bit traumatized. So the process wasn't so fun. It's not an area I'm so keen to go help other people to go through, put it this way. However, I think if you happen to be a male hypnotherapist, to you might not be a problem at all because you don't go through. You might take part, but might not go through as the tough process as a lot of us go through. So yes, the last bit I'm going to talk about is to give everybody another quite, I can't say very important, but as a client to myself, if you ask me as a client, this is my first time coming to hypnotherapy. I don't know where to start. Do I just go to Google? Do I just go search for, I just put what hypnotherapy and see what comes up? Obviously, yes, this is one way to do it. However, I'm going to share, if it's me, what I would do. And so hopefully this would give you an idea where to start. Okay, so the first I would, if I want to find a therapist for myself, I go to some professional bodies. Here I'm listing 3 for you to find hypnotherapist if this is your first time. And have a look, go to their website and have a look. Okay, the first one I'm going to introduce is called NCH, which stands for National Council for Hypnotherapy. Oh, by the way, everything I'm going to introduce now, they are all based in the UK. So don't get me wrong, I know nothing about hypnotherapy in America or in Turkey, in Japan, or in other countries. I have no idea how the rules are and how they work. So please bear in mind, this is mainly for the UK. Okay, so the first NCH, National Council for Hypnotherapy. This is the legal professional body that's my diploma, my qualification is accredited. So this is a legal body. It's been a long time. And they are basically, you think about, they are watching all the hypnotherapists, not everybody, but the ones are their members, or, and they also watch a lot hypnotherapy schools, the training bodies, they watch them as well. So it's a quite good place to look up. If you go to their website, I think they have a list of registered hypnotherapists as members, so you can look from there. The next one, when I was a student, under my training, I went for them GHR, General Hypnotherapy Register. So GHR is another professional body, which is also quite big. It's been there in the UK for a long time. They are quite important in the industry because not only because they also have, you can go to their website and look up, they have a list of hypnotherapists, but also they are quite a good legal body that provides basically similar to NCH to watch the professional, like me, professional clinical hypnotherapist and hypnotherapy schools. So those two places are quite good and very much trustworthy. You can go and have a look and find yourself a hypnotherapist from there. And it's worth mentioning there's the third one. It's called CNHC. And it stands for Complementary and Natural Healthcare Council. Okay, this one is a little bit different from the previous two I talked about, because this one does not only do, it includes, no, I shouldn't say does not, it includes more different types of therapy. So this one, they provide other areas such as some other more like a medical part therapy or some kind of holistic practice, and you can also find yourself on their website. But if you are really thinking about hypnotherapy rather than other holistic ways or therapy, I highly recommend the top two, which is GHR, I'll just say, and NCH. Those two places to look. And why do we go from there? Mainly because all the members, to become those two legal professional bodies, to become their members, you must go through your hypnotherapy school and go through all the training, and you are qualified, you pass everything, and you are qualified, accredited as a hypnotherapist. So they allow you to be their member. Another thing is because they are quite strict, so not everybody went through any type of training are able to register with them. So this is quite, I'm not saying guarantee the quality of all the hypnotherapists that listed on their websites. I'm saying this is more of a way you can trust. If you send as like me, you don't just want to find a website from hundreds of thousands of people online and picked up a random one that you don't even know. Can you really trust or believe? I would go for those professional bodies and go to their website and look and check up. Okay, this is coming to the very end of, because it's nearly 30 minutes now. I would like to thank if you listen to the very end. If you are still not sure about how to find a hypnotherapist, or you're not sure who and which to go for, just give you another idea to think. Okay. A lot of hypnotherapists give you a free consultation ranged from 15 minutes to 30 minutes. It could be a phone call. It could be an online, like a Zoom meeting or Teams meeting. And I highly recommend everybody to have a chat with the therapist you think about my book the service to have a session with. I think, I'm a person, I highly recommend everybody to basically copy me. I'm a person that follow my heart. Despite the fact my eyes, my ears might be hearing or seeing something, when my heart says no, I generally choose my heart. Not in the past, but now I do. I can have another episode maybe to talk about when I betray on my heart and what happened in the past. Not so much now. So therefore, I think everybody has this, intuition. Everybody, literally everybody, please follow your intuition. So you could find yourself a hypnotherapist online, and then just book a quick call or, a chat, literally just a chat. What to expect in this free consultation is essentially to kind of know each other a little bit. Through this phone call or consultation online, you can find out whether this hypnotherapist, her or his own voice, do you find comforting? Do you find, a strong sense of security, or not strong, just a sense of security? And can you trust? And the way, the speed this person talks, from here. And then you ask your heart, is this a person I can go for? If not, it's okay, it's all right. Keep looking, find the next person. Sometimes, it is a bit like it's a bit like dating someone you don't know, and you just keep going, you'll eventually find the best one for you. And the key here really is not only to check their qualification and how and where they were trained, but also to really, really follow your intuition. Okay, so that's that for today. Good luck for everybody. It doesn't necessarily need to be me to be your hypnotherapist. But if you come to my door, that's what I do. I call you. If you text me, simple as that, you text me, and I'll text back. Maybe I'll call you, arrange a time. I'll quickly call you, have a chat. If you're happy to carry on, then we carry on. And if you're not happy to carry on, it's also fine. You'll find somebody else that eventually suits you and can help you, benefit you the most. Okay. Thank you for listening today. And this is coming to the end of the show now. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And good luck with that. Bye.